Okay, hello everybody, and welcome back to Rogue Trader. So, last time we finished up exploring a bits of the galaxy. We ended up with the fighting in the bunker here, and now I would like to try and go finish up the quest from the new DLC, which should be here in Mandus No Lives. So let's see if we can actually make the jumps there. Something. Okay, yeah. Malfunction Gila fuel generator. That's not great. Destroy the chamber. Oh. Warp travel is dangerous. So that cost us 1 point. But that is a way through here. Okay, let's look around here. What's going on here? Unknown cubes here. Can we enter them? We cannot do. Oh, yeah, we can. Well, yeah, who should we help? I mean, the this kind of makes a good argument. Well, now these two. Let's attack the navy.
All stations, report when manned and ready.
The cruiser. So put this here. And you have a frigate and a cruiser. Go. Can we try? Yeah, I think we need to deal with the cruiser first, actually. Because that one is gonna be dangerous.
Unleash the power of our lance batteries.
Now,
Unleash a barrage of destruction.
but that didn't have the effect I was hoping for.
We have a destination to reach. Show them the fury of our macro cannons.
Mira, turn them around. We deploy the bombers. Yes, we can. Yes. What's away? So does they switch to one? I don't think I've done two bombers yet. Like fly here, attack them.
Their fate awaits them.
Where did it go?
Lock on and look. Bring doom to our enemies.
Let's make another full jump.
Unleash a barrage of destruction.
We are not in a great position here. Yeah, okay, cannot fire on anyone here. Wait. Okay, Starhawk. Let's go.
Fate has provided an opening.
No escape pods detected. No emergency beacon detected. No survivors detected.
Yeah, just put this down.
Unleash the power of our lance batteries. Let the macro cannons sing their deadly litany.
We actually can which could be this. Well, okay. You. Go like this so we can make the jump out quickly. Yeah.
Set course with all haste. Show them the fury of our macro cannons. I want to hear the macro cannons roar.
Here I'm flipping around.
Destruction confirmed. Praise the Omnissiah.
Rain destruction upon our enemies.
More torpedoes. What's out of here?
Helmsman, navigate us to the designated coordinates.
We only complete the other side now. Can we make the jump? We cannot make the jump. Compact control torpedoes. Yeah, right here. Far away.
Might be enemies of humanity.
Our technological superiority was obvious.
We already get extra machinery. Cool. Because we got interceptors. Nice. That's cool. The bombers now. So we have 2 plasma bomb salvos. What's the other one we have? Yeah, we have the flat cannons. Let's put also has to flip. Nice. Well, what do we have here? Okay, what do we have here? We got shield valves. Oh, that's cool. We will leave Pascal something through. Let's give Pascal some ability as well. This needs upgrades. Gritty on launchcraft. Oh yeah, this is cool. Really awesome. Let's take that. Okay, let's see what's on the operator station here. Steel. Is okay, I guess. miner there. Even that. Okay, so we got some cargo. Okay. Oh, we got enough item. Nice. It's 15 to medicate. Cool. We do it again. We're getting some stuff here, okay. Yeah, okay, so it's randomly generated. We got fuel cargo, it's fine. We have cargo fuel. Fuel. We got a lot of fuel. Getting some stuff here. And so I gained some. This could be for Kibla maybe. Blast stack. Medic. Probably not that. Let's jump here to the blue system. Okay, so this should be the system where Forman wanted to go. Me? Think. But still it's slow. Okay, so we get some banter here. His verdict. Sorry. Okay, let's go. Okay, so what are we actually fighting? Wait, what the hell? What is that? Yes, oh well. Yeah, these guys does, you know. What? Yeah, here we are too far away to do damage. Can do damage? Okay.
Full speed ahead. Deliver their demise.
Forward.
Let the macro cannon sing their deadly litany.
No.
Show them the fury of our macro cannon.
Seriously, 2 misses.
Lock on and
Numbers.
look.
Can we do that? Let's do that. You know what? Flip him around. Here to go distance like this. This plus comes in. No, that's not a whole field, it's a shadow field. Yeah, okay, can't do much else here. Oh, and we get to like that. These guys. And they start to disengage instantly. Nice. That's nice. Okay, so Starhawks will probably be able to take him afterwards.
I want to hear the macro cannons roar.
Not deploy our own Starhawk.
Send away.
Oh, no, those are Furies. Starhawks are these guys, right?
Unleash a barrage of destruction.
We get a hit at least. Lord, when you make a turn that would hit him.
Bring them to our enemies.
Rip them apart!
Grab him.
We have a destination to
Here.
reach.
It's down. We just put them. Now let's shoot them. Yeah, fighters. We can go from front. Go remove us.
I want to hear the macro cannons roar.
We're gonna miss everything here.
Unleash a barrage of destruction.
Okay.
Lock on and
Torpedoes.
launch.
Enough to him.
Helmsman, navigate us to the designated coordinates.
Oh wait, we don't have the bombs anymore. The bombs that work.
Deliver their demise. I want to hear the macro cannons roar. Show them the fury of our macro cannons. I want to hear the macro cannons roar.
Okay, what's that? Custom damage, 2 index, 3 rounds, 4 8. Very nice. Get it ultimate ready. So, fire
Rain
all 3
destruction
torpedoes.
upon our enemies. Lock on and launch.
Here. That's not what I wanted. Plan to target him, Pascal. Let's deal with these interceptors.
Unleash the power of our lance.
A breach in the enemy shield has been revealed.
Show them the fury of our macro cannons. Another victory for the von Valencius dynasty.
Hey, working it. I think we can deal with everything just by fighting, maybe. Just board it. Just board. While you stay here. You take you below, Heinrich. We definitely need to take Jai. Take Heinrich. Imperial Justice.
I'll rather bots down your throat next time. Yes, this area's clear. for us.
And done.
And
Get notice.
Duty prevails. A job for me.
Native field. On the faction posted spray. Okay, that's cool. Oh my god, that's awesome. Okay, I can tell. Pag-view yung shotgun. Pag-view yung shotgun na punta. What is that? Buat shotgun. Use the Xenomelta gun. There you have staff and a bird. This one. What the best pistol I have?
know your duty.
My pleasure. And done.
Just revive driving these.
My faith is my shield.
Wanted to give a blood recruit. No, this one is better for a blood.
A job for me. My pleasure.
The elevators. The elevators, please.
One and it's done.
See, right there. Pay attention.
Never doubt me. Aha, found it.
I better myself through my service. The Emperor favors me today.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
A job for me. My pleasure.
I will cast you into eternal darkness! I'll turn you into
How do we... After all. Here. Here, here. Here. Up front. Block up front as well.
Here we go!
Is that my blood?
Let's get to it.
It's nothing.
Pain of this mortal flesh means nothing!
We have the cut gunner. After the gunner card.
Victory is imminent. Reduced to dust.
You have lightning. What is that?
I will do my duty. One fewer target. It will be done. Ah, an exemplary strike.
Let's get to it!
Casa.
But we can go on.
Anything else? Let's see what you can do. Damn. What was the command again? All right. Was that you? Or...
This one is dead. Let's burn this guy.
Can I fall back now?
Let's make it quick!
Strike is a prayer.
Okay, where is the sniper? Over there, over there. So where can we shoot him from? Here, maybe. I guess from here it's just gonna be the same. Right? Yeah.
God, Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. Faith without deeds is worthless. Doubt is for the weak. I am his will made manifest.
I'll do it.
chosen. As the Emperor...
I gave her the thing that's always hit item. It's nice. So
Faith without deeds is why I was chosen. I will not.
oh yeah, we're gonna hear it.
Doubt is for the weak.
Discover it.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it.
Was that fun? Didn't throw a grenade on somebody. On this guy, but that's a waste. Yeah, okay, that was me being stupid.
I'll put my psychic abilities to use. Let's see to it. For the throne be gone. I won't object to it. But of course, Lord Captain. I won't object to it.
Guys.
Time to slaughter someone.
Don't get too cocky.
Questo formato aggiunta.
My. It's time for them to run, my sweet.
Guys.
This battlefield air is good for my lungs.
Deliver, you guys. We cannot.
Two are better than one. Am I getting paid? Aww, you're no fun.
Can we get somebody to turn the brake on?
Don't get too cocky.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Baby, okay. Get Kentucky moving. Put turning on with Arbites maybe. What? These two weapon points? Can't do. Okay, let's shoot somebody then.
You, my Emperor! This is unacceptable.
Rejoice in service. The Emperor commands. And so shall it be done.
Don't siarken to, I don't
May the Divine's will be done!
Oh ja, wie dat zien kan vindt. Oh wait, we got the advantage. Seriously, 1 HP.
Hold on!
Stop it!
Oh. See that come. Very good. Fine. What? Okay, people.
Follow my lead.
Pain like this.
I'm here, maggot!
Oh, Idira, what are you doing? Why are you so injured?
Thank you. There is movement in the Imperium.
Quiet, Whispers! It's my toy, and I'm gonna control it myself.
Okay, Apianta, turn around and go kill people.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! Faith without deeds is worthless. Power resides in the will of the righteous. Doubt is for the weak. Can escape the Emperor's judgment.
I'm about bird. Not on that weapon.
I'll do it. Rejoice in battle! As the Emperor commands, I act. Strike is a prayer.
Out of my way!
How'd you like this?
Okay, we got slashers here. Are here.
Everyone, step aside.
for the thrones. I'm done with this one. More trouble than it's worth.
Calculated.
Naturally.
Let's get to it. Here we go.
Hey, now's not the time to lie around.
Need a slightly stealthily.
You've got a problem? I've got a prize.
No, so, okay. Okay. Guess we can't see these guys either. No. About this, this. No. Need somebody? No. Right.
I will not be deterred. And so shall it be done. Actions will speak louder than words.
Faith without deed.
Power resides in the will of the righteous.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Indeed. It will be done. Reduced to dust!
Right, another one will full turn here.
At your beck and call.
To get here, can we?
A tactically sound approach.
So camp out here.
Vengeance will be swift.
There, there.
Give it a spell.
Imperium picks you right up. They who discern the future on the battlefield. Damn! What was the command again? Oh, right. Whispers called to me.
This ship has potential. Once we refit the hull, replace the officers, and make a few other changes here and there,
It would be so bad at all.
Okay, what did we get? Some basic shields. Okay, those not very crappy shields.
My whispers are laughing up a storm listening to you make renovation plans for a ship you haven't captured yet. Oh, something tells me that whatever's made them so happy, we won't like it one bit. The whispers told me a secret.
Never doubt me.
Was this the room behind the Arbites?
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Cast your eye there.
Or?
One and it's done.
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treaties on Tactica Imperium.
My pleasure.
Oh, the Clarimer's eye. Okay.
A job for me.
Be safe. Safe and see what it does. Obviously it takes blood because it's Dogmatic technology. What did we find? Okay, that's cool. power up.
Let us walk this path to the end.
And done.
The man was definitely smuggling a lot of xenoheresy.
The Divine watches over us.
Like to shake the world. That's the unique threat. Uh-oh.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
You know what? I should have seen that coming. Alright, so we are in here.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
One and it's done.
Seriously, don't tell me he has more ballistic skill than Argenta. Wow. How the hell does she have more ballistic skill than Argenta? Okay. Pretty sure I didn't. Okay.
Know your duty.
Okay, so Shai continues being razor overpowered skill monkey. Yeah, okay, so
We
that's
shall
what
reclaim what is rightfully ours.
That's
I
what
better
Vera was
myself
warning me
through
about.
my service.
Hey, what's that?
The Emperor favors me today.
Xenotech?
My pleasure.
Did he try to build a...
Let us
regeneration
walk this
chamber for
path to
himself?
the end.
See?
Like it.
Right there. Nothing escapes my sight. Join me in prayer. Never doubt me. Duty prevails.
Oh wait, we get to play as the group now? That's cool. Yeah, the dog is amazing.
I'm on lookout.
You can climb down there? Okay. Hold on. I can be open the world. Wow.
Later, heal.
Okay, and we'll get to fight as the Arbiter squad. I have no idea what either of these people can do, but I'm guessing those guys should be up front. Guard, no more enemies. Oh. Okay. Okay, that's cool. Let's put one more there. Really? Then off. Can we go? Something like that. Wait, though. the battle. Okay. Yes, I understand. What do you actually have? The melee attack pushes enemy away. Alright. What do we activate to have a something? Okay, so it's just a pistol. It's a pistol. It's a heavy maul.
Taking fire! There'll be no pardons for the guilty!
Okay, they have a... Okay. So he's a bounty hunter.
Understood. Executing order. Directive accepted.
And you are, yeah, you are melee.
Understood. Executing order. Directive accepted. Understood. Executing order. This order is unauthorized. That goes outside the mission parameters. Directive accepted.
Let's get to it! Scared yet?
There are no innocents.
Time to slaughter someone!
Won't escape the Emperor's justice, scum!
Okay, I think I get it. Okay, so how do we apprehend somebody? This guy? Yeah. We and this.
Let's test our skills, Galato.
We cannot close it with me.
Mark the target. Raise the legs. Die! Galato, we're undertaking this task. Target eliminated.
Let's make it quick! Understood. Crimes against the Lex. You have been purged. The Lex tolerates no defiance. Directive accepted. Understood. Judgment is void. Directive accepted. This order is unauthorized. Hold the line! Understood. Report. Threat neutralized.
The other guy over here. Goes next, but I saw go next. Okay.
goes outside the mission parameters. By the Lex Imperialis! Securing execution position. Directive or judgment is formed.
Could have taken the turrets probably ourselves, but
Let the faith guide my path to glory!
okay, I'm giving you guys Heinrich. Be fine with Imperial Inquisitor. Yeah, this looks like a trap. Lo and behold, it is a trap.
cannot escape their fate.
Yeah, that's pure insanity. Trying to go jump into what? Field? Yeah. That's crazy. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna try, see if I can actually succeed here.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
Can try the other skills if this fails. Just wanted to try the warp sorcery. Didn't even roll 50%.
I will cast you into eternal darkness.
So they didn't actually do anything to the bodyguard, I guess. Did they kill someone actually? That's all. Yes. Powerful generators, cameras. Generic dark glider. It helps me. But maybe it's the captain from melee weapons instead. Yeah, okay, so don't hit him with melee weapons. Got it. So, getting, wait, is he not limited by the... Boom. Okay, interesting. He's not limited by the proximity stuff. Good.
Too bad I never leave that on tape.
I'm pretty sure we cannot go through this barrier. I'm not even going
I will
to
do my duty. I've seen worse battles than this in my time. Indeed. Victory is imminent.
Come on, blood. Much? But I was able to... Ideal? Completely not ideal.
Target well struck.
Let's get to it.
My passions have failed me.
Let me get you a spot to shoot the barrier. here. Okay, we can work with that maybe.
As the Emperor commands, I... I'll do it. I refuse. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak.
Let's run better.
I'll do it.
Through pain and hardship, we prove our devotion.
Show me what you've got. Let's get to it.
So melees cannot go through the field. Okay. Can we buy the bird here? Start shocking the generator maybe? Did I give her the subtle manipulation? I think I did. I think I did do that. But once subtle manipulation, yeah. I did give her that.
Let's see what you can do.
Okay, going through field. Deals
Quiet,
damage.
Whispers. It's my toy, and I'm gonna control it myself. That is not my destiny. Foresee this.
Easy stun. I guess.
Will do.
Also. Hey John, how about you? What are these guys?
I can do that with the right incentive.
The sister, I guess. Oh wait, that's more generators. Okay. Shield. Okay. I must have missed these generators. Oh well, let's go firing. Okay, so it's 1 for fight.
In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave. Faith without deeds is strike is a prayer. That is not the Emperor's will. I will not. I'll do it.
Where is the guy? Okay, what else can we shoot here actually? Can we shoot something? We can shoot something.
For you, my Emperor! Doubt is for the weak.
Predator, I guess.
This is unacceptable. This is why I was chosen. I refuse.
Hold on, okay.
How about no?
What is the boss guy? Yeah, that was the helmsman, something or other. Ah, it's on here. Okay.
Am I getting paid for this?
We did this, we did it.
Don't get too caught never across a Kazbalikan.
The word of the Emperor.
And so shall it be done. I will not be deterred.
Yeah.
Rejoice in service.
Hold on, I guess.
And so shall it be done.
Okay, let's give some turn. Blade over. Chaos velocity na straně does move as close as possible. How much AP does Glato have? It's the important question.
One of us would be enough. The orders executed.
May my wrath be thy undoing.
I'll do it. Guided by fate.
Here. This guy.
As the Emperor commands, a strike is a prayer. That is not the Emperor's will. Eradicate it. Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the weak.
There's no... Nope.
I'll do it. Faith without deeds is strike is a prayer. God Emperor, through me, be the fire in my heart.
Let's see.
We've got a job to do, Glato.
Gets the shields down. Band this guy.
Accepted. Hold the formation.
My place is at the fort. I will do my duty. Indeed. At your beck and call. Victory is imminent.
Out of our way!
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. As the Emperor commands, I act. I will not. This is unacceptable. I'll do it.
Right, what does the buff actually do? Let's put it over to some weapon skills, okay.
That is for the weak.
Oh, bloody hell. Naturally, he turns into a chaos spawn. He didn't jump there, did he? Did he jump into what? No. Probably did not.
Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it. From the ashes,
What the hell?
I will rise.
Let's get
It's gonna be pretty bitch.
Hold on, sweet sister.
Start build up. I will admit I wasn't expecting this. I was not expecting this to happen. Burrito moment.
On it.
Click. does he have? 5, 8.
My, it's time for them to run, my sweet.
Come on.
Tell me, and did you go in somewhere? Don't get too cocky.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Two are better than one.
The Emperor commands. I will not be deterred. And so it shall be done.
What else can we do? What else can we do?
I am the chosen weapon that will crush the heathens. I won't suffer this.
Really? That's the beauty. The bulbous. Oh. So. Like the thing. Go dad and reactivate Glyco.
Moving into position. Let's test our skills, Glyco.
Again.
A tactically sound approach.
We stopped the translation. Guess I was needlessly rushing it.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. I took care of this one.
Is he dead or is he gonna become a zombie? No, he's dead. Okay.
Follow my lead. It will be done. Target well struck.
Okay, so that's how it works. That's what the zombies are coming from.
Too weak for this mission.
Okay, figured out where the zombies are coming from. That's something, I guess.
My, it's time for them to run, my sweet. Two are better than one.
There we go. Okay, now we'll be able to figure it.
Am I getting paid for this?
Oh, what did I? I pressed the wrong button.
They'll write legends about me.
Extra turn. Let's go deal with this guy.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Stinking corpses!
Indeed. A tactically sound approach. One fewer target. At your beck and call. Reduce to dust.
I need your aegis, O Emperor.
Know your duty.
Get some nice shields. There we go.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
Okay. What armor?
And done.
Did not keep reading it. Well, he was trading with Drukari, because I provide that. One component agility. Okay, one filaments. Cool. Oh, hey, we can shoot him. Mental stack we don't need. We probably need as well. Always trade psychic phenomena. Interesting.
The divine watches over us.
Combo into stuff. What a cool sniper rifle.
A job for me.
There's another systems. Nice.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Back. Okay, so that was a part of the DLC. First part, probably. What did we get? Oh, can be used twice per turn. Nice. Bitch boost. Yeah, let's have it repaired. Oh, that cost us. Cost us profit factor, okay. I don't think that's so horrible. I think this might help on. We don't really need a escort, we will get that from Colony Project. Okay, you know what? Let's go do the rounds and talk to the crew maybe. Yeah, let's go do the rounds and talk to the crew. If they have something to say. Haven't done that in a long while.
Lord Captain, your presence is welcome. And I wish to apologize for my prior coldness. After our first meeting, I was concerned that you would turn out to be another faithless offshoot of the von Valencius dynasty, like like the traitor Conrad. But now I see before me a worthy leader and servant of the Imperium. I am glad to accompany you in your endeavors. If such is the rogue trader's wish, although there isn't much I can tell, I am the Emperor's daughter and his servant. What else is there to know? Now that I can tell you. I come from everywhere and nowhere. I am the child of officers of the Imperial Guard. I was born in the hold of a warship, grew up following my parents' deployments from one planet to another, and lost my family in the flames of a righteous war. My memory is like wafts of smoke over a still battlefield. The gray of a ship's plating, the strict cadence of life in military camps. My mother's uniform. I loved looking at it. Then, that battle, the rumbling, the shouting, and the soot, the screams of soldiers burning alive, and the gold of the regiment's Aquila, untouched by soot or blood, the last unsullied piece of a world that was going mad. That was my last memory of my mother, and of my former life, before the Schola Progenium and the novitiate, before my trials, before the vows. My own relic. It's the regiment's Aquila, or rather, the fragment that survived the attack, the explosions, and the fire. For me, it's a reminder that purity and radiance can be preserved, even in the heart of darkness. Become. It's such a strange word for it. It seems right, but is that how one talks about their destiny? If you're asking about the path itself, that's easy enough to answer. First, like many other orphans, I endured the Schola Progenium. Those years were rough, but I remember the hardship fondly. Few things can compare with the feeling of satisfaction from a past trial, even if it leaves your body aching from exhaustion, or your soul wincing in pain. I was one of the best among my peers, and I was selected for the novitiate in the ranks of the Adeptus Sororitas. When the hour came, I passed the trials and took my vows. The most joyous day of my life. The Emperor's light has always been with me, but to accept it with all your heart, to utter the oaths, that is a rapture like no other. Have I ever... But that would be shameful weakness, almost heresy. Of course not. I was born for this. I live by the Emperor's will, and in his light, I myself am the light. I must be the light. For myself, and for those who ask for my protection. I was chosen to serve. But beyond that, I won't deny it. Few things elate me as much as the thought that the heretic felled by my shot will never again orphan a child. It is my pleasure to be candid. Of course, my mission is all I can think about. To find the way to the planet called Salus Prime. Saint Argenta is my patroness, and that is where her fallen ship is. And it must also be the resting place of her great relic, the One Star. If I only knew. Neither the hagiography nor the legends give a straight answer. Classical iconographers believed that the star turned into a banner woven from silver thread, which, when brought onto the battlefield, would shed light that blinded only heretics, but did no harm to the faithful. Most of them portrayed Saint Argenta as a girl carrying this banner. Others think that upon falling from the sky, the one star became a holy chainsword, which Argenta later used to strike down monsters and enemies of the Imperium. In some of the earlier engravings, Argenta is depicted wearing power armor with a silver star on her chest. One theological theory suggests that this armor was, in fact, the relic. Some even think that the one star is actually the ship on which Argenta traveled. I feel that my undertaking will be fulfilled when I find the answer that has eluded the Ecclesiarchy for millennia. I pray we find the way to Salus Prime soon. The ruinous powers must be aligned against us. They stand in the way of faith. Gladly, listen. Long ago, there was a blessed world. Thousands of stars covered the sky there, so bright that its denizens hardly knew the darkness of night. Thousands of rivers nurtured the soil. Thousands of gardens bloomed every spring, and at every moment, thousands of prayers were flying into the clear air, thanking and praising the Emperor. But one day, the people learned the meaning of darkness. Like a storm, accursed heretics who had sold themselves to the archenemy descended upon the planet. Shells flew from the sky that desolated whole cities and burned the gardens and filled the riverbeds with the blood of the faithful. Smoke and soot swallowed the skies and the 1,000 stars that had once shone over the world. Among the handful of survivors was one orphan who had watched all her family die, and the garden she'd grown up in burned to ash. But in her heart, she knew the absolute truth. Just these 3 words. The Emperor protects. And knowing that, she never looked away from the black, terrifying, smoke-covered sky. There were no more bright stars to be seen. Except for one. The one star. The bright star. The silver star shone in the sky. And when the orphan smiled at it, the one star fell right into her hands. All the faithful in every corner of the continent who saw the trail of the falling star recognized it as an omen and went looking for the place where it landed. And they rallied together. And with the light of the one star, they found their salvation. Yes, that was the beginning of her hagiography. It is known that she lived on a world where heretics staged a terrible insurrection. They wiped out all life on the planet, except those whom Saint Argenta managed to save with the one star, and with the strength of her faith. After that, she traveled between worlds gripped by turmoil on her ship, marked with a silver star, and brought hope to the faithful. Numerous accounts confirm this. Her coming helped people turn the tide of the war, and wipe away corruption before the Imperium's main forces even arrived. Millions of people owed their lives to her, but the heretics, having realized their imminent defeat, sent the remnants of their forces after the ship with the Silver Star. It fell from the skies onto an obscure world. There are no definitive records of how old Argenta was at the time. In some chronicles, she's even called the Child Saint, but their credibility is questionable. Either way, she didn't live long, but she left a bright trail in her wake, like a falling star. One day we will reach Salus Prime, and stand before the gates of Saint Argenta's ship. I know it. I believe.
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations. As the only voice of our family on this vessel, it is an honor. As long as your questions are courteous, I will answer every one of them. You are shrewd indeed. My ancestor charted that route while fleeing the enemies of humanity. They say the Emperor himself was his guide, because the warp expelled their vessel without a single loss. Unfortunately, the lips of those who relate this tale seep with disgusting green hubris. I think Kalain Orselio was simply a skilled navigator. Oh, yes. The navigators of the House came to the Koronus Expanse fairly recently, a mere 208 years ago. Before that, our ancestors expanded the borders of humankind's dominion for the glory of the Emperor, blazing trails to different corners of the galaxy. Just as a rogue trader stands at the head of a protectorate, a Novator heads a navigator house. It is the Novator who decides where to look for alliances and which path their bloodline is destined to tread. As for our house, the transfer of power to a successor is currently underway. In the meantime, Great Regent Auronto Orselio is ensuring the stability of the house. So, says Regent Auronto. Nothing is decided yet. Some people in the house become enshrouded in rolling grey clouds at the thought of me becoming the Novator. But even more are bound with dull leaden chains. They think I am not ready for such a burden. By all means. I am a part of House Orselio, an ancient dynasty of the Navis Nobilitae. Since time immemorial, our family has served to advance knowledge, pushing at the boundaries of the dark unknown. The Starway Atlas contains 2,843 routes that chart the sectors of the Segmentum Obscurus and reach all the way from the Koronus Expanse to Holy Terra, and uniting the Imperium's thousands of worlds. House Orselio is bound by commercial pacts to houses Galeatis, Ortina, Drotus, and... There is a dark blue knot tightening on your neck, Lord Captain. I can see my reply is not satisfying your thirst for knowledge. What is it you desire to hear exactly? You have my permission, Lord Captain. Hardly. According to the chronicles of the House, I was born on one of the Orselio worlds. Oh, what was it? Please forgive me, Lord Captain. My childhood memories are too vague. Sometimes I dream about the colorful birds that built their nests in the garden, or the servants dressed in purple livery, or the blue fog that rolled over the lowlands behind the palace. But everything is covered in a rosy haze. Perhaps it is my imagination, not my memory, that is painting these pictures. My stay on the station was wholly dedicated to preparing me for my future duty. Astromancy, astrography, numerology, the histories of my house and the Imperium, as well as other disciplines. For many years, dozens of instructors tirelessly prepared me for my destiny. And once a year, Great Regent Auronto would come to the station. He would entrust his beautiful vessel to my command, so that I could master the practical aspects of our art as well. The Regent gave me a bird from a sunlit planet once. I tried to befriend it and make it sing, but for some reason, it refused, and died soon after. The instructors were too respectful of my duty to my house to waste precious time on idle chatter. Aside from them, there were only servants on the station, and you know they have their vocal cords removed, so they cannot break their vow of silence. And since the subject has been breached, Lord Captain, why do you not follow this honored tradition? Your decks are so garish. Apologies, I meant noisy. The rabble don't just chatter. Sometimes they shout and even sing. Why do you allow such a lack of restraint? Rogue traders are highborn, are they not? Please forgive me, Lord Captain. I was sure it was a sacred tradition made sacrosanct by the ancient vows of obedience. I expect more surprises will be waiting for me outside the walls of Urak 5. The Navigator's open eye is baneful to whoever the warp's ruinous shine falls upon, and therefore it is the symbol of our power. We are the guiding stars of humanity, found worthy of an uncommon gift, and one of the duties that we bear is to guard our eye, even from wayward glances that may bear evil. Besides, I am aware that lesser servants of the Imperium may find our appearance repulsive. The Navigator gene twists the features the rabble are used to seeing, and the magnificence of our role cannot be grasped by their feeble minds. Perhaps my appearance does not terrify you right now, but this will not always be so. The Navigator gene is unstable. My body is going to change over time. And only the God Emperor knows exactly how. It may be difficult to describe. You see, every navigator perceives the warp differently. My mentor, Great Regent Elronto, always described his travels through the Imperium as a journey through a vast wood with countless paths. And I, assisting him in the first voyages, futilely tried to follow his example. But the wood would not reveal itself to me. But everything changed when I found my own key to this mystery. You see, I've always brightened up my rare moments of leisure time by painting. You may recall there was a workshop in my chambers. As soon as I imagined the warp as a blank canvas, an indescribable feeling came over me. I moved the brush, going deeper and deeper into my own painting. Visions were hidden within the vibrant colors of my palette, and something inside me knew which should be brought out and which should be left behind. I woke up several days later, after the voyage was safely complete. The Emperor graced me with a gift. I can see inner life in addition to the mundane. You cannot know that a fruit has rotten from the inside until a blade slices it in two. I can see the rot from far away. It roils like swamp mud, oozing through the bright peel. Anger and boredom, sadness and joy. Everything that people shut away inside themselves is revealed to me like colors on the canvas of my world. You will hear no objection from me, Lord Captain. Sister Argenta shines like a guiding star, inspiring resolve in those around her, seemingly inexplicably. However, I see a dark and ugly fog billow behind her, contrasting sharply with her shining light. It burdens the Sister of Battle. It drags her down. Yet Argenta herself is hardly aware of it. Seneschal Viserion is among the few whose colors are a pleasure to look at. Whenever the Seneschal speaks, heavenly crystal clarity spreads around him. And whenever he is angered, dark blue clouds condense over him. And in his rare moments of joy, a pure gleam of sunset pink caresses the souls of those near him. Out of your entire retinue, Lord Captain, he is the only one I would trust with my life. Reading Xenos' colors has always been a grueling challenge for me. The boundless palette of colors Iliad emanates is too painful to look at. Her hues are bright, blinding, unnatural, and very, very dangerous, Lord Captain. I would never entrust my safety to a being that screams so loudly and clearly of its alienness to human perception. Jai is like a gem. The brighter people shine around her, the clearer her faces reflect a myriad of colorful gleams. They are all parts of Jai, but no single one of them is her. I cannot discern her true colors through the veil of her motley shawls. I peel off hue after hue, only to find a different color underneath every time. Idira's emotions are like a maelstrom, bright, unbridled, enveloping her form like a wondrous kaleidoscope of colors. And as dangerous as a twisting warp storm. The riot of colors hides the truth from my eyes. What exactly is driving this woman? Is it her own will, or is it the Imperium, Lord Captain? Master Anthar is enveloped in dense gold, but like the sun on an ice world, its radiance offers no warmth, only the steely sheen of immovability. Sometimes I see flashes of another color. It is as if the metal carapace were only a screen, but deep down inside, scarlet fire rages. I have enjoyed your company. Thank you for the conversation.
Lord Captain? Lord Cap...
To what do I owe this visit? Of course. The Fabricator Sensor's machine was stopped. Not another soul will be sent into the mouth of the archenemy. In time, we will succeed in uncovering and stopping other schemes of the cult. We dealt a blow not only to the cultists, but to the archenemy itself. I cannot help but be pleased. No servant of the God Emperor has closer dealings with corruption than the agents of the Golden Throne. In its quest to guard the Imperium against its foes' most devious and secret schemes, the Inquisition seeks to understand the essence of evil. It is not enough for us to burn or cut down a rotten seedling. We must study it, understand it, touch it. Every time any of us do our duty, we are risking our very souls. But when it comes to Psykers, the soul of a Psyker is especially enticing to the archenemy. The cogitator was stopped, yes. I touched an infernal machine that was created to serve chaos. I used it. I delved into the principles of its operation. That was enough. Corruption needs only the briefest brush of contact. When I touched the cult's cogitator, I drew the thousand-eyed gaze of evil upon myself, as any agent does when they interfere in the schemes of those who serve the ruinous powers. And that evil undoubtedly left an invisible mark upon me, as it does on any acolyte who fights against the archenemy. And this will be the case every time I do my duty. I know a good deal about the fates of those who have served the throne before me. Enough to know that my path leads to one place, and one place only. My visit to Kiava Gamma did not produce answers to all my questions, but we did succeed in dealing a blow to the cult by destroying the Fabricator Sensor's machine. I have directed my spies to track the sect's surviving leaders. I am certain that they will have useful information for us soon. Though small, this is a victory for the Golden Throne, and I have you to thank for it. Thank you for finding the time for our conversation.
Messiah knows all, comprehends all. I have destroyed it. This statement is true. I am yet to settle into a definitive course of action. I am running a spot diagnostic on the memory of the heretic Demens. Even though purity protocols stipulate that his blasphemous knowledge must be eradicated, I am not drawn toward forbidden information, but only to data concerning the blessed Amonats. An echo of the warp. Energies of the Imperium that had seeped into real space and taken the shape of a Vox signal. I have found recorded cases of similarly induced corruption in the archive. Listening to the void is a perilous occupation. The quest for knowledge is our mission of highest priority. But what Dement's promise was not knowledge, but a distorted copy of it. This was not what the Deus Mechanicus had told us to seek. The success has been partial. Dement's Haneman's identity has been confirmed. The widespread influence of paranoid motivations is observable in his cognitive processes, which is what seems to have caused him to break his vows. However, extensive regions of his memory have been damaged by forbidden technologies and are, for now, defying decryption. The data discovered is unreadable. It is encrypted, albeit only partially, and I hypothesize that the heretic Demence was attempting to decrypt it. I will take every effort to extract a larger volume of data. Information pointing to the unit referred to as the Maimed Hunter is alleged to be of critical significance. Whether knowledge can be profane is the grand question. Lay people find comfort in the delusion that knowledge is merely information. That, in and of itself, it is harmless, and only turns dangerous when it falls into the hands of the wicked. But that is not what I have seen. I have seen knowledge gnaw away at the minds of those who let it inside them. Yet I seek it regardless. Why? Perhaps because there really is no apostasy in knowledge. It is dangerous, yes, but not forbidden. For it was created by the Omnissiah. This is true. We explorators are the sappers who walk the uncharted terrain of knowledge. transforming it into habitable space until we reach a point beyond which we must not proceed. Our remains will be assigned to those that follow in our footsteps. Go no further. Their duty now is to develop in the space we have claimed while looking for ways to make further breakthroughs. Failure must never stop us, for failure is an acceptable outcome. Response? Affirmative. The decryption will continue with diligence and caution. The request is approved. I did conceal certain information. I was a student of Archmagos Amanat, but I committed an act of betrayal after he deviated from sacred dogma. He fell into schism and challenged the sacred boundaries of knowledge. The blessed Amanat claimed the limits of what is permitted must be expanded, because by refusing to explore certain law, we find ourselves in contempt of the seventh universal law. Comprehension is the key to all things. My mentor put forth a thesis claiming that we have stagnated, that ritual is now nothing but a cage for souls and false worship of the Omnissiah. He sought to break the cycle of mindless repetition because he saw the inevitable demise of our faith and all humanity at the end of it. Even those who have ascended to the Omnissiah's wisdom still bear the seed of imperfection born of their flesh. But the ambitions of individuals mean little when we discuss ritual and belief. Knowledge is divine, and any argument as to how it must be reached is an argument of ritual and belief. The teachings of the blessed Amanat spread, and word of it reached the conclave of the Cognizant fleet. They recognized his teachings as tech heresy. Many tech priests suddenly vanished or were subjected to servo penance for minor transgressions. The students of Amanat, whose number included many enlightened and respected tech priests, resisted. My prognosis showed that our most likely future was a schism and a fratricidal war that would destroy the Cognizant's fleet. That was when I headed to the Conclave. I confessed and handed the information about my mentor's research over to the Conclave. Brazen anthematic studies of the Forbidden Law. The Conclave could use that data to summon Archmagos Amanat, to stand trial and compel him to repent on pain of excommunicate traitoris. His subsequent fate is unknown to me. I pray that the Omnissiah grants us wisdom to overcome the dialectic differences that divide us. I was summoned there by a message that was encrypted with the blessed Amanat's personal code, and could it be interpreted in several ways. One thing was certain: we were in danger, and I had to go to Rykat Minoris. Assessing his personality is difficult. The spirit of Brother Abel is different from that of most people. Tech comrades of the Cog call such persons quiet ones. He possesses significant intellect, but shuns communication. So far, I have not been able to determine why Abel summoned me to Rykad Minoris, how he is related to the Blessed Amanat, or why he bears the same name as me. Perhaps the Reverend Abel cannot fully actualize and interpret the available data. I was wrong when I assumed it was the Blessed Archmagos Amanat who assumed the guise of Abel Haneman. But there is a connection between him and the Reverend Abel, and I intend to uncover the nature of this link. Acknowledged. I will return to ruminating on the search for the Blessed Amanat. The request is approved. I have no outright restrictions on disclosing this information. Information about my origins is worthless. I belong to the priesthood of explorators and came to the Koronus Expanse over 200 years ago. Any events preceding that moment are insignificant. I was honored to become a member of the Explorator Cognizance Fleet. When the Adeptus Mechanicus summoned the faithful for an exploratory venture into the depths of the Koronus Expanse, I joined the fleet in fulfillment of my sacred vows of comprehension. After I betrayed Archmagos Amanat, the fleet conclave directed me to the orbital station Altar Templum Calixis X-17 for penance. This venerable temple station was founded in the early years of our expansion into the Koronus Expanse. It is currently a rear observation post of the Cognizance fleet in orbit around the star Furibundus. The sacred fraternity of explorers. The Cult Mechanica sends us out to the frontiers of the known sectors as researchers and conquerors. We are the warriors of the Code, who return to the lost worlds and devote themselves to recovering the lost ancient knowledge. Explorators are granted the privilege of being more independent than many of our tech comrades. However, it has earned us a reputation as unstable and poorly controlled troublemakers whose unorthodox views are dangerously close to apostasy. They are my younger brothers and guides on the way to the Omnissiah. Their machine spirits are directly bound to my neocortex and pick up impulses from my subconscious. Sometimes they act ahead of my thoughts. This is how the Omnissiah leads me to comprehension. Acknowledged. May your labors be effective.
I'm not going to lie. I haven't. Maybe I never will. But I'm not hearing random voices anymore. And I haven't been calling anyone from the other side. No. All that's done with. After what you did for me, I can't let you down again. How did you... Wait, what am I saying? You said her name when you were trying to... You said she's worried? You think I should talk to her, yeah? We haven't talked in a long time. Good idea. I'll do that. Of course.
Take heed, Nemo. Our blessed Domin honors us with a visit. The one who delivered this ark from the curse of your existence. An aberration. Your former foe. His eternal foe. My new companion in shadow and my trophy. You once knew him by the name Nemesite, but now his name is Nemo. Whenever I feel the need to voice my thoughts, I turn to him. He is far wiser in death than when he was alive. For years, I have been honing my body and spirit through sacred rituals. I have ushered hundreds of souls to the other side. The hunt for Nemesite was not my first. Yet, after my enemy fell, for the first time ever, I felt empty. And that emptiness only grew heavier under the weight of the question that formed in my mind during that hunt. I prayed. I longed for his guidance to put my mind at rest. But in my self-pity, I showed weakness in the eyes of the Undying One. And so, my only answer was silence. I must therefore ask you this agonizing question, Domin. Tell me, what is the purpose of the blood-spun web? Please, just answer me. Then that makes me a driver of the ignorant. One who guides people into following an idea they may never hope to comprehend. All my life, I have walked the road that was prescribed for me. I did as I was told. I searched for the truth in other people's words, then repeated them in my own voice. And I never once questioned my destiny. Until you came along, Nemo. I might just as easily have met Nemesite's fate and he mine. All it would have taken is a different pattern of threads. The only distinction lies in our ideas. Thank you for this conversation, Domin. It has satiated the void that gnaws at my soul. If only for a time. As for how to seal this chasm for good, that I have yet to find out. May the tenets of the web guide me to the truth.
Greetings, Rogue Trader. I would like to report that Glato and I have finished our initial inspection of the upper decks. The list of infractions ended up being 5 pages shorter than expected. I'm beginning to worry that a servant of the Lex might have little to occupy himself with aboard your ship. I doubt such a word could ever be accurately used to describe an arbitrator, but there is some truth to your observation. Since we're not in combat, I permit myself to stand at ease, which is to say, I'm standing by on full alert. Sometimes I let him play with heretics' corpses. That was a joke. If you're asking about entertainment, that concept does not really apply to an Arbites dog. But I like to imagine that Glato is enthusiastic about training with me, that he enjoys running long distances at my side, and during target practice, he always seems eager to hear me give the attack order. Fine, let me satisfy your curiosity. I do have a special exercise that helps to sharpen Glato's hunting instincts. I take a few ammo casings and hide them in hard-to-reach places. One time, after a raid on a manufactorum, I gave him a whole abandoned workshop to run around in, but I also played a trick on him by throwing one casing onto a ceiling beam. Then it was Glato's turn to play tricks. He waited under the beam until I walked up to him, then he jumped onto my shoulders and climbed to the top. He cut my temple open with his claw and almost broke my clavicle, but he got the casing. The equipment needs to be sturdy. Glato is unstoppable when he's not holding back. Thank you. You hear that, Glato? The rogue trader himself is asking about you. His serial number is GL80. Glato is easier to say in Gothic. Many give their cybermastiffs striking names like Slayer or Thunder. I'm fine with Glato. He mostly provides combat support. He is trained in both lethal and non-lethal ways of disabling a target, with the ability to analyze a situation and then decide on a course of action. Glato is a good tracker too, and he can spot basic evidence. He also knows over 100 commands. In general, he is more resourceful and diligent than most people I've met. Glato, ready! The frame is mostly metal, with armored plates covering the vital segments. The jaw is reinforced. Crunching a leg off is like tearing a hair out for him. I don't even know a tenth of all the things Glato is fitted with, but it's an impressive list to be sure. Take the sensors in his nose for one. A cybermastiff is like an odor analysis laboratory. Alright, that's that. Glato, attention. They range from kill and guard and the like, to more complex guard and patrol protocols. A protocol is a combination of behavioral patterns, which the cybermastiff follows according to the present situation. In other words, I don't have to control Glato all the time. He can adjust and react to the circumstances on his own. As you wish. Generally, cybermastiffs have all aspects of their animal nature removed, but Glato is a special case. His submodel takes a dog's loyalty and instincts as a hunter and guard, and renders them absolute. He is neither a dog nor a servitor. He is something much more. A cybermastiff, a living weapon in service of the law. Glato is not a pet. He is an instrument of justice, as am I. I haven't had to so far. I do not spend time contemplating such things. It is a fruitless pastime at best. Impossible. You found me out? Yes, I am 1/100% less indifferent than I let on. Correct. Both his training and his augmetics ensure that Glato only accepts orders from me or from my superior officers. Apart from having the obvious benefits, it also serves to prevent disarray on missions involving multiple Cybermastiff handlers. I've never been a part of a rogue trader's escort before. That said, I adapt to change more quickly than you might think, and as long as Glato is with me, I can handle any transition. You prefer to have a better understanding of the people you travel with. That makes sense. Ask. Port Wanda in Calixis. The gateway to the Expanse, a monumental station, always covered in ships and bursting at the seams from all the dealers, pilgrims, mercenaries, and criminals. Compared to Port Wanda, Footfall is just a lifeless rock in the void. You should ask the Marshal. I got my assignment, and that is all I know. I assume it's due to my experience. Collecting tithes from worlds bordering on savagery, and where people haven't seen a living arbitrator in 3 generations, is a task best left to a veteran. I suppose I have what you would call a proven and diverse track record. Investigations, rebel suppressions, punitive raids, dozens of completed operations. How? The short answer is the Schola Progenium. But I doubt you'd be satisfied with that. My father was an arbitrator, a good one, or else they wouldn't have found him in an alley filled with bullet holes. Someone who served with my father told me he was shot with 10 different weapons, and that he took at least 4 of the bastards down with him. I was sent to the Schola Progenium right after that, and the mentors there forged me into an arbitrator. I was an eager student, thanks to the example of unyielding duty and dignity my father set for me. The only thing I didn't need to borrow from him was hate. He didn't instill that. He was always with me. I never doubted that criminal vermin deserve only execution, but it was my father's death that truly crystallized my hatred, made it complete. No, I didn't want to. There was a time when I wasn't sure what to think of my father's death. Or rather, I tried not to think at all. I didn't look into the case, or for any other reason, to go back to Port Wanda. Arbitrators are never assigned to their homeworlds anyway. But when I was leaving Calixis, our ship spent several days docked at the station, and so I permitted myself to go to the spot where my father was killed. I stood there for a while, and nothing. I knew that another arbitrator would have already seen the investigation through. I had nothing left to do there. From what my father told me, she was a principled woman of poor health. She died in childbirth. Not having known her might be the sole regret of my life. Born, I don't believe in predetermination, but I know that every man's destiny is to serve the Imperium. In my case, the Imperium deemed me worthy of an Arbites rank, a heavy shotgun, and Glato. Not sure what else there is to wish for. There was this one time. I was part of a raid on a gang of mutants. I excelled in battle, received an award, and was promoted to Proctor. That is all. Very well. Have you ever been eaten alive? I have. That raid I mentioned was compromised. The enemy had been tipped off to our operation, and we had walked into a trap. Some mutants decided to chew my arm off. That was a mistake. Since I couldn't free myself, I pushed my hand down his throat, grabbed something inside, and used him as a shield. While the thing was gnawing on my bones and spraying me with ichor and my own blood, I opened fire on the rest of the scum. That little maneuver bought my unit a few critical seconds. Fortune has little to do with it. You have formed an alliance with the Arbites, just as your predecessor did. My presence here is only the expected result of your decisions. I am listening. You know where to find me, rogue trader.
May the Exalted One protect you. Have you grown bored without our little talk, Shireen? No truer words have ever been said. I'm far more exciting than some small-time peddlers from Footfall. Allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Jai Amira Fatqin Tamiri Ash Ifrit, the 12th daughter of the Lord of Ifrit, a distant world at the fringes of the Imperium. The youngest child is destined to become a bargaining chip in the family's political games. But I was unwilling to accept such a fate, and wanted to choose what to become and which path to follow. When I learned the Exalted One watches over hundreds of other worlds amidst distant stars, I understood there was an entire world of opportunities beyond Ifrit. All I had to do was break the familial bonds tying me down and escape the planet. Which I did a long time ago. I convinced my father I personally wished to oversee the inspection of imported goods. I had to get experience so I wouldn't bring shame on our family, didn't I? I made friends with traders, missionaries, and soldiers at the port. I listened to their stories, studied the charts, learned what documents I had to forge to escape the planet. A kind word here, a shiny coin there. And here I am, in the iron belly of a ship, braving the void in search of a new life. The Koronus Expanse. A gorgeous name, isn't it? But this backwater wasn't my original destination when I escaped, Shireen. Oh no, it was the rumors of incredible freedom that brought me to the Koronus Expanse. Freedom that is generously bestowed upon everyone who can survive in these parts. All doors are open here. You can become a saint, a mogul, a kingmaker, or anyone you like, really. Here, hard work pays off, unless you're used to lying by the roadside and complaining instead of toiling for the good of your soul, glory, wallet, or whatever floats your boat. I'm used to working hard, and so I found my blessing. Consider it a mark of my trade. This year, Xenos. Dumb-headed orcs. Who knew that we weren't the only ones to get tempted by the wreck of that raider? As for this treasure, I received it as a reward for a life that had been just a little too good. I was in a hurry to get to the Adeptus Amasacus after the Exalted One blessed me with immense wealth. I was 2 backstreets away from the den when a pathetic ashmag attacked me, envious of somebody else's fortune. I learned my lesson and started taking the longer way around. Except I haven't had any big windfalls since. All relationships are based on mutual trust. That goes for business too. It is difficult not to be aware of the powers that be, especially ones like Lord Captain Theodora. But we never met personally, as the difference between our positions was far too great. Theodora was a mighty ruler, the center of her own universe, and I, a pathetic speck, was nothing next to her. But you were kind to me, Shireen, and in my eyes, that puts you above your esteemed aunt, or whoever she was to you. The language on Ifrit, my home world, is quite different from the one spoken in the Koronus Expanse. We bestow more than one meaning upon each word, allowing our wise men to fully express their sagacious thoughts, and us lowly dabblers, our base passions and desires. Take Aji, for example. That is what I call every piece of scum and villain, because Aji means evil and foe and pathetic worm unworthy of consideration. Or take Ashmag. It means fool and little brother, and blind man who stumbled and would fall into a pit without guidance. Shireen means friend and comrade and roommate in a battle formation, like we are. Argenta? What could be more beautiful than the sight of a sister of battle, whose mere presence casts light in the dark corners of lost souls such as mine? But alas, what remains of my sanity is telling me that poor Jai can only admire the radiance of this angel, forsaking any hope of ever touching her wings.
Yeah, please.
My trade means knowing the right people and non-people. Having the right connections and making sure the precious goods find their way into the hands of my no less precious customers. My wisdom includes the knowledge of the enemies of humankind, be they Xenos or the lowest scum in the Imperium, as well as the latest knowledge about how much they charge for any particular curio at the footfall market. Not even the most cunning Aji will deceive you as long as I am with you, Shireen. I promise you that. Whatever I have can be yours too, if your unfathomable wealth isn't enough for you already, I mean. It has been known to happen. After years of dealing with Xenos, I've learned their customs, and even got a grasp of their language. Except they cringe whenever I start speaking. Arrogant sods. They dislike even our voices, but they never turn away our valuables. Then again, I'm used to seeing sour faces. In this trade, the easily offended go out of business. I have no doubt you will have to deal with Xenos sooner or later. When that time comes, Shireen, you will thank the Exalted One for sending me to stand at your side. Thank you, Shireen. Being able to read and write is chief among them. You may not be aware, but this science is beyond the abilities of billions of the Imperium subjects. And yet they happily keep drudging along in their factories, fundi, and assembly lines. Me? I didn't escape Ifrit to consign myself to such misery. It was literacy that paved my path to copied orders, forged signatures, counterfeited papers. The wonderful things that make the wheels of bureaucracy turn in the right direction. Compared to the rabble on footfall, perhaps. Compared to you. Be it power or money, I still have a long way to go. I could purchase one of Footfall's asteroids, but not a planet. I could subjugate a few gangs from the shady districts, but not Vladium. And so the answer to your question is no. I do not consider myself rich. I am not rich enough. You're fun to talk. I grew tired of scribing endless contracts and agreements neatly tucked away on Footfall. Well, I did that for how many years? But here, among the stars, you are always balanced on a knife edge. Nothing thrills me more than the tension of a warp jump, or the danger that lurks around every corner on a planet. Footfall was beginning to make me fat and stupid, Shireen. I do not want that. I am counting on life in your retinue being more exciting than sitting behind a desk in my office. Do I trust the Trickster twins? By the Exalted One, no. The underhanded rogues of Footfall came up with that name for a reason. The tricks of those frenzied ashmags are all about things far more intriguing than the honest and law-abiding subjects of the Imperium can imagine. On the other hand, this is why I am keeping them close. Kor and Tora know who lifted them out of the cesspit proudly called the Shadow Quarters, and who has been feeding that ravenous beast their insatiable lust for lucre. No, they are not going to betray me if only because they know I am now a part of your entourage, Shireen. They're not going to let the biggest pie in the Imperium pass them by without trying to get a slice for themselves. Vicious, cruel, dangerous beasts. Humans hold little interest for Xenos. We are entertainment for them, a means to keep boredom at bay. A commodity. But some of them contact us once in a while using their own people. Do not deceive yourself by thinking you are safe because there are no Xenos inside. Those Agi are as cunning as they are ruthless. They cleverly pull at the strings of spies and traitors, subjugate those who do not fall for the promised reward, transform the ones who resist their promises into soulless puppets. The Emperor watches over me, and that is why I still haven't succumbed to the fate of many of my associates who have lost their lives to the stringy scoundrels. I think we've said all there is to say on this topic. The dark side is the real Koronus Expanse, if you ask me. But what do you want to know about it, Shireen? An ancient crime cartel that originated with the first settlers of the Calixis sector. It is run by shadowy clans with robber barons at the helm. Cross their path, and you risk making enemies all over the Koronus Expanse, or even the entire Imperium. As for the agents, they are just shameless, greedy scum. Every third person on Footfall is a Kasbalican. But that doesn't mean all that rotten filth is acting together. I've been set up more than once just so some Kasbalican can get one over on his rivals. And yet, the Kasbalika is generous to its customers, if you can afford it. Anything can be obtained, organized, and transported for the right price. The customer is always right, unless they happen to be a rat. In which case... What gave you such an outrageous idea? Was it my immaculate garment? My gorgeous jewelry? Do not worry, Shireen. I will let you know once I become a baroness, should the Exalted One will it. Just imagine the strong and fruitful alliance that could be forged between a rogue trader and the mastermind of the Kasbalika. It's not hard to do on Footfall. I spent a year working for good old Christo. He was a brave soldier who gave up the ghost in a scuffle with orcs, and then took over his business. Having a good head on your shoulders and keeping the Exalted One in your heart helps to establish new contacts quickly. Eventually, I gathered together a group of honest and loyal people, and it only took a few successful contracts for the Kasbalika to take notice. I quickly settled on Footfall and started dispensing my wisdom to my protégés and subordinates. I lost the taste for getting my hands dirty. Dynasty heirs drink with criminals. Rogue traders strike deals with the Kasbalika, and dozens of ships stop off for a welcome break from a long voyage. Is there a more beautiful place in the entire Imperium? The Emperor is merciful to the meek and the powerful alike. There's a job for everyone as long as they have a head on their shoulders. And if you feel like talking to him in person, the statue of the Exalted One can be seen from any asteroid. You can pray to your heart's content. It really is simple, Shireen. The Kasbalika runs the Imperium's black market, offering special goods to those who can afford their services. Yes, I am talking about Xeno artifacts too. Alien weapons, technology, sometimes even certain kinds of living creatures. Unlike the rogue traders whose sacred warrants make them immune even from the laws of the Exalted One, Kasbalican agents are used to hiding and covering their tracks. Nobody wants to draw unwanted attention, no matter who might take an interest. Especially now that the Koronus Expanse has a warrior of the Golden Throne as its watchman. Why not? The decision is yours, Sherry. Or lucky lady, you mean? My heart has been coveted by proud men with hard eyes, gentle maidens with sensual voices, imperious lords and fierce leaders of void brigands. Only rogue traders have not yet featured among Jai Hidari's intimate friends. Why do you ask, Shireen? Oh, Shireen. Then what reason do I have to tell you the truth? Every mystery once solved ceases to excite the interest of an inquiring mind. You are prying at the treasures of my soul, my little secrets. How else can I keep them safe from such a powerful robber as the rogue trader? I dare not refuse you. Oh, Shireen. With a few words, you have managed to make my heart flutter like a songbird caught in the snare of a skilled hunter. You enjoy being with me. Perhaps you even find me... amusing? Every girl dreams of hearing that she will make a fine toy and a worthy diversion. I understand. I'm just having a little fun, Shireen. I can't possibly just say, oh, I like you too. Words as dry and dull as a voidsman's dinner. They are unworthy of us. If you are not simply amusing yourself by toying with my feelings, then why not give it a try? Go on. Or, wait. You haven't yet asked how I feel about being your romantic partner. Ask soon, Shireen. I did get a little carried away, Shireen. I'll readily own up to it. I have no doubt that you are a wonderful conversationalist, Shireen. I will make a note of your invitation and make sure to take you up on it when I next get hungry. But if the feelings in your soul have become a fire that is burning you up from within, then you may express them by bestowing a gift upon your humble servant. Oh, I have no doubt you will.
Yeah, okay, so that was talking to companions. That was rather exhaustive. I think we talked to everybody on the deck. So yeah, you know what, I'm gonna take a bit of a break here, get something to eat, and I will come back later on in, what time is it? Yeah, let's say we could pick this up in an hour, maybe 2. Okay, so thanks for watching, and until then, take care, have a good day, bye.